Open any history book, and they'll tell you the Roman Empire conquered the known world. Unstoppable, invincible. From the rainy forests of Britain to the scorching sands of Egypt, the Roman war machine crushed everything until it looked east. Right where the map turns to desert, Rome slammed into a titanium wall. Welcome to the real superpower, Persia. For over 700 years, Rome threw its finest legions at this eastern border, and for 700 years they bled. Hollywood movies make you think Rome ruled alone, but the ancient world was actually a terrifying, bipolar Cold War. Roman emperors obsessed over conquering Persia to prove their ultimate glory. They marched massive armies into the desert, only to realize that their heavy, slow moving infantry was walking right into the ultimate meat grinder. To understand why Rome's greatest nightmare wore silk and rode horses, we have to look at the Battle of Carrhae. In 53 BC, Rome unleashed its ultimate weapon. 40,000 elite, heavily armored legionaries marched east. The earth literally shook beneath their boots. They were the undisputed masters of war. He thought the Persians would fight face to face. Instead, waiting for him was General Surena, commanding 10,000 ghost-like horse archers. The Romans immediately locked their shields into their famous testudo turtle formation, a solid block of wood and iron. Impenetrable. Right? Wrong. The Persians unleashed a terrifying storm. Tens of thousands of horse archers fired simultaneously, turning the desert sky completely black with heavy, armor-piercing arrows. Whenever the desperate Romans broke formation to charge, the entire Persian army feigned a retreat, only to twist around in their saddles in perfect unison, unleashing a point-blank slaughter. The Romans just had to wait until the Persians ran out of arrows, but then they saw the camels, a literal mountain of extra ammo. 20,000 Romans died in the sand. As for Crassus, legend says the Persians executed him by pouring molten gold down his throat to mock his greed. But Rome's ego was too big to quit. 300 years after Crassus, Emperor Valerian marched an even larger army of 70,000 men to wipe Persia off the map forever. Unfortunately for him, the Persians had leveled up too. Meet the Sassanid Empire, led by King Shapur I, and he brought a lot more heavy metal. At the Battle of Edessa in 260 AD, Valerian's grand invasion collided with Shapur's heavy cavalry. The result wasn't a battle, it was a slaughter. The Roman army was surrounded, diseased, and annihilated. But the real shockwave that broke the ancient world wasn't the dead soldiers. Emperor Valerian was captured alive. The living, breathing god of the Roman Empire was now a prisoner of war. To show absolute dominance, Shapur didn't just lock him in a cell. He used the Roman emperor as a literal human footstool every time he got on his horse. And it gets worse. Legend says when Valerian finally died, the Persians flayed him, stuffed his skin with straw, and hung it in a temple as a permanent trophy. The invincible aura of Rome was permanently shattered. The Middle East had proven it could not only defend itself, it could break emperors. After Valerian, Rome learned its lesson. For the next 4 centuries, the Roman and Persian borders barely moved an inch. They became two exhausted heavyweights, constantly punching each other in the dark, bleeding their empires dry for nothing. But while the two superpowers were busy destroying each other, they completely ignored a massive storm brewing in the deep deserts of the south. In the 7th century, the Arab armies swept out of nowhere. They easily crushed the exhausted Romans and completely swallowed the weakened Persian Empire. Rome's eastern nightmare ended, only to be replaced by a new one. But while the Persian state died, its unbreakable cultural soul survived, mutating from within. So, the next time someone tells you Rome ruled the ancient world, remind them Rome was just one half of a terrifying Cold War. And Persia? Persia never bowed. Want to uncover more historical lies? Hit that subscribe button and let's provoke the past together.